my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of Project Black Sea. Last episode, my friends, is linked above for you right now. Be sure to go and check that one out. But in today's episode, we have come to the business end of the season. I'm going to show you the last few games that we played out at the end of the preliminary phase, and then we're going to crack on today. I'm hoping to get the season finished in today's episode, but obviously lots of things I want to run through with you guys before we do that. So let's not hold off. Let's crack on with this episode of Project Black Sea. Okay, my friends, so we find ourselves starting this at the fixture screen, as we always do. And now, last episode we played the quarter-final of the Kupa na Bulgaria, and unfortunately we lost to Plovdiv by 2-0. It wasn't the greatest of performances. I did rotate the team a little, we had injuries, and we followed it up with a game against Yantra. Since then, a defeat, 2 wins and a draw. We've been leaking goals, which is a little bit of a concern, but I'm going to throw it out there. We have had injuries and suspensions all over the football pitch. We've still managed, though, to get this team into the championship phase of the competition, and we are really going to be trying to aim as high as possible in today's episode. So yeah, since then we played the game against Biro, a 5-0 defeat, absolute hammering. We actually, I believe, had chances in the game. They were just so clinical compared to us. Look, we had 6 shots on target, we had chances, we dominated possession as well. We missed the penalty. That might have changed things, because then it would have been 2-1. Bakir Rasim's penalty taken has always been questionable, but yeah, a 5-0 hammering, and there's not often this season we have been hammered like that. But we followed it up with a 2-0 win against Etar. Zhivkov with a couple of goals, really good for him to get on the score sheet, win us the game, get us back to winning ways. We then followed that up with a game against Lokomotiv Plovdiv, who proved to be very stiff competition once again. You will see they were 1-0 up. We then went 2-1 up, 3-1 up, I should say. Then it was 2-2. But for us, it was Topes with a brace and Iradi with a penalty. Took Rasim off penalties because I was just very concerned at the amount he'd missed. Then we came up against Levski Sofia. And this has to go down as one of the games of the season. And it's a shame, really, that I didn't bring it to you, because it was a spectacle. We were 2-0 up inside 24 minutes through Petrov and Petkov. Then it was 2-2 because they managed to pull it back. And then they went 3-2 to the good. They scored 2 goals in 4 minutes. And then Radoslav Zivkov with a draw, with a goal that draws the game in the 93rd minute. An absolute game of it. It really, really was. And that brings us up to date. Now, what I'm going to do is, so that we can finish off this, rather than try to get this to go over a couple of episodes, is I'm going to play 3 games. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the CSKA Sofia game, the Ludogorets game, and the Levski Sofia game. I think that's probably the best way to do this. So it does mean the Bero and Botev games we are going to miss, but I believe I've bought you games against those 2 teams already this season. So I think it kind of works out quite nice that we're going to do it this way. So we're going to play 3 games in today's episode. League table, it looks a bit like this, ladies and gentlemen. We're into the championship phase, okay? We've got to play 1 game against each of the teams up there. And we're going to be playing CSKA, Ludogorets. They're both below us at this moment in time. And then we'll play Levski. I want to play Levski last game because they are top of the table. They're going to be the stiffest opposition in this run of games for us. We're on 53 points. We are 3 points outside of those European qualification places, 2nd and 3rd. It's too much, I think, for us to win the league. 9 points. We'd be expecting Levski's to, lose a few games and us to win every single game. I think it's a bit much to ask for us to win the league, but definitely, I think we get a few good results. We could definitely find ourselves inside the top 3. Whatever happens this season, it's been an incredible year. I am just going to throw it out there now. There will be no shame even if we finished 6th, which I don't think is even mathematically possible, but there wouldn't be because this was not expected. But yeah, it's been a hell of a season, ladies and gents. And as you can see, Zhivkov is still top goal scorer. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode, shall we? Let's start by playing that first game against CSKA Sofia. A game which, I gotta be honest, I'm probably the most confident about this one than I am any of the other games we're going to play in today's episode. But yeah, we are going to get crack-a-lacking. So, we are going to go with this team. We're going to go Petrov in goal, Atanasov, Ivanov in the fullback positions, Fomba and Iradi in the centre-back positions, Yankov, Dimitrov in the midfield, Petkov, Topes on the wings. We're going to go Petrov through the middle and Zhivkov up top. Petrov's came in recently, been playing well. Petkov, the same. He's actually starting to develop and be a better player than Bonev now. And Topes, for me, he's going to be one for the future. So we need to start playing these boys and getting them some game time. Okay, so here we go. Game 1 of 3. This is obviously going to be a longer episode as a result. As you can see, their last 5, 3 draws, a win and a defeat. Ours is a bit better with 3 wins, a defeat and a draw. It's not been ideal. We have been leaking a lot of goals, and that is a little bit of a worry going into this game. But I'm hoping that our ability to score goals always outweighs the fact that we do concede a lot. I think we're the second highest goal scorers this season in the league, and we find ourselves in 4th place. So yeah, we're going quite nicely this season. It was, minute changes to the tactic at the beginning of the year, wasn't there? Really seemed to help us. Right, free kick, Dimitrov on it. Oh, it took a deflection, hits the post. There was an offside or a foul or something in there, but really good effort from Dimitrov. Here we go, throw in, Atanasov into Topes. His header doesn't quite work out. Dimitrov, though, is going to pick it up in the midfield. Now Yankov. Them two have become absolute staples in the midfield. That's a lovely take from Petkov, and Theodore Topazov on the right-hand side puts it in the back of the net, and those two have been combining very nicely recently, and we could have a couple of very good young players on our hands, it does have to be said, in those winger positions. I've actually been messing around with wide playmakers, in my own personal save, off the back of someone else in the FM community, Fox in the Box. Do go check him out on YouTube. He's a fantastic YouTuber and Twitch streamer. And he was talking about the wide playmaker, and it's a position not many people use. And I am thinking about potentially seeing if I can work that into a tactic in the future in this save, because I've been having lots of success with it. But at the moment, the 2 wingers seem to be doing the job. So I'm just going to stick with the wingers for now. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You all know I live and die by that saying. But 40-odd minutes nearly on the clock in this first half. It's still 1-0. I do think we're going to need to see a bit more in this second half because, as you can see, they have come into the game a little bit. Didn't feel the need to use any shouts in the game. Petkov's fitness levels are not the best. It's something we need to try and work on with him if he's going to become a staple in this team. But, yeah, pretty good. Still think there's room for improvement. We're just going to say that going into the second half. But we've got a strong bench that we can rely upon now, which is good to say. And yeah, it's still nervy. It's very nervy at 1-0. I would much prefer we go up there and score another goal if at all possible. But doesn't look like it's going to be the case at the moment. Yankov picking up a yellow card there. I think we're going to make my first change, and it is going to be Petrov. He's not been able to get into this one, so we're going to bring Bekir Rasim into the game and onto the team. And don't get me wrong, Bekir Rasim is still a firm favourite of mine, but recently his form has taken a bit of a nosedive, and I've decided to go with someone else. But here we go. We've got the football now into Yankov. Lovely stuff. Back to Dimitrov. Long ball doesn't work. Doesn't work at all, and we've relinquished that possession now. Got to be careful. Got to be careful, but we've got to get the ball. That's a good clearance. Zhivkov, thought you were going to come deep and get it. Not to be the case. That's unlocked us. The shot goes over the bar. I am going to just try to fire this team up a little bit because we are resting on our laurels, aren't we? They are on top where chances created are concerned. I think I'm going to make my last 2 changes. We're going to bring Plamanov for Bonev, and Zhivkov's going to come up for Uzhagalov, who hasn't had a lot of game time since we took him on loan, but we'll just look after Zhivkov in this one. His energy levels are a little low, and we're going to be on a right run of it, trying to get ourselves as high as possible in this league table. We are coming towards the end of this game, and I am a bit worried they're going to go and grab themselves an equaliser. Where's that going? That's going to Ivanov. That's actually well done. Very well done. Ivanov into Bonev. Rasim. Nothing silly now, boys. Bonev again. Where's he going to go with this? trying to go up the wing. He doesn't really have the pace to go past people like the other lad does. Yankov, beautiful ball. Racimo! It's a really well worked opportunity, but Racim just cannot put it away. But you know what? The time is ticking down. It looks like it's going to be enough, that goal from Topes. And we have won our first game of the 5 in this championship phase. Okay, my friends, here we go. We're going to be playing another game, but I need to get you caught up. This one has to rest on Topazov. It has to. We lost 2-1, but we were really good in the game, even with 10 men. And as you can see, they got 2 goals in the last 9 minutes. I decided to just go a little bit more like defensive, and I don't know if that's what kind of upset the way the team was set out and whatever, but we played really well. But it was a horror tackle in that 11th minute, straight red card, very much deserved it. And he's just an idiot, he really is, because he cost us the game. Because you know, our goal came again, you know, it was against the run of play, and then I just tried to sit back on it, and unfortunately we couldn't. So there's lots and lots to do now for us for the remainder of the season. Yeah, apologies for the little cut there, ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, for the remainder of the season, lots of work to do. So yeah, this is the team I'm going to go with in this next game. Obviously, Topes has had to make way. We're going to make a change there, and a few little tweaks basically to the team. It wasn't the strongest team we could have put out in the Barrow game anyway, because of suspensions and whatnot, but we're kind of getting to the end of all that. As you can see, there's still players on yellow cards and whatnot, but hopefully discipline can be good for the rest of the season. But yeah, this is Ludogorets. We are at home. We are in a must-win situation. We are, you know, we've kind of been cut adrift a little because of that defeat. We are still 4th place, but we got this one, the next one more. Hopefully we can still get in that top 3. But anyway, we're going to go with Petrov in goal, Tanasov, Ivanov, Fomba, Edardi in the defence. We're going to go Yankov, Dimitrov midfield. Fristov is going to come in on that right-hand side. Bakir Racim is going to play in the cam position in this one, because he actually played very well in that last game. Petkov over on the left and Zhivkov up top. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very difficult game. It does have to be said. I don't know how confident I am. We've not beat Ludogorets in our last 5. I think it's like 4 defeats and a draw. We've not got a good record against them. They're a very good team, and they shouldn't be where they are. They shouldn't be in 5th position, 8 points behind us. They just shouldn't. In my opinion, they are a far better team than that. But it does look as though the dominance is going to be broken this season, as another team is going to go on to win the league. Currently looking like one of Barrow or Levski, or even Botev. I didn't realise they had actually closed the gap that much. But let's just see if we can get a win, so we can at least hang on to that top 3 in the division. That would be very helpful. But yeah, 15 minutes gone, and we're going to have our first attack, hopefully, as Fristov works the ball into Dimitrov. Lovely ball, and there we have it. Plamen Petkov with the goal. A very well worked goal, it does have to be said. Absolutely loving the set-up play. It is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. 20 minutes gone now in the first half, and it's been all us. That's what I want to see. I just want to see us dominate this game. Win this with 2 points within the Botev game. That's our next one up. So we need to be playing well. That's well blocked. Oh, of course it would fall into the path of Bernardo. If that was me, that would never happen. We just don't get the rub of the green and the luck like that at the other end. Let's demand a bit more from the boys. Because as you can see, we've gone to sleep since taking the lead. But is that any surprise? Here we go, throw in. Ivanov with it. That's all right. It's good play. Zhivkov. Oh, very close. Nice to see good setup play from a throw-in. That's one area that I don't feel like we make the most of, but we definitely did there. A draw for me isn't really good enough. We need to be beating Ludogorets in this game, and that's a really good ball in, but the header is pretty poor. But yeah, I do think we need to beat them. I don't think it's enough. We don't beat them, you know. Then we beat Botev, it's a point, but then you go into that last day of the season against Levski, and I think it might be a little bit too much to do, so I don't know. But anyway, like I said, anything would be good for us. Top 6 is a good finish for us this season. I just want them to push on a bit more in the second half, if at all possible. Here we go, Eradi on the ball early on, Dimitrov. Going to find Yankov, who's been brilliant this season, does have to be said. Racine now drives forward into Petkov. Is he going to try and go past his man? No. Early ball, and there we have it. Christoph with the goal. What a take. What a ball from Petkov, who is slowly turning in to a fantastic little player for us, ladies and gents. But are we going to see an Insta highlight? I hope not. I really, really hope not. I just want us to hold on to a bloody lead if at all possible as they come forward. Oh, what a ball. And that's going to go over. That was a fantastic ball. We just go to sleep, don't we? From time to time. We need a third goal. And are we going to get it? That's all right, that. Yankov's not going to get there. No, but that's all right because Dimitrov is. And Zhivkov now, he had time to turn. He's driving forward. It's good from Zhivkov. He needs to find someone. And there we go. There I was saying we don't get the luck. We've got plenty of luck there. 2 deflections off of Zhivkov into the pass to Fristov. And then we have it 3-1 against Ludogorets. We are flying in this game. Absolutely flying. Just what I wanted to see in this second half was a response to them grabbing a goal back, but still plenty of time, still 30 minutes on the clock, and we all know Ludogorets can definitely do a job and try and come back in this one. We're going to ignore that. I can't stand that whole he's 1 yellow card away from suspension, make the change. Bringing off a defender is a waste of a substitution, especially if he's having a decent game like Fomba is in this one. Right, free kick. Bekir Rasim, it was a good free kick. Are they going to break away? Yes, they are, because whoever this man is here, Dimitrov, he should have gone and closed that ball down and decided not to. Wins it there, though. But, there's lots of space over on this left-hand side. Good ball, and that's a really, really good goal. And we find ourselves up against it a bit again with 15 to go. Please don't throw this away. Yankov isn't actually having the best of games, is he? I don't want to make a change because, oh God. It's a good save. It's a good save. Oh, he kicks it long. What is he doing? Oh, okay, I'll let him because Zhivkov is potentially through. Lays it off. Oh, how was he not scored? He had all the goal to aim at and somehow puts it wide. I haven't made any substitutions, and there's not really any point to making any substitutions now, as we are going to have 5 minutes added on. This is going to be excruciating, this 5 minutes. Let's just hope it flies by. Nothing happens. We don't want anything to happen. And we're going to get the win we so desperately needed against Ludogorets to stay in the race. And so we come to the last game of today's episode and the last game of the current season, and we put ourselves in a very, very nice position. That 2-1 defeat against Barrow now could prove pivotal in us not potentially finishing top 3, and it's gutting as well because Topes obviously with sending off in that, but we played Botev Plovdiv. We got ourselves a really good result. This is a good team. They've been flying all season long, and we won this game by 2-1. You will see 1-0 up through Zhivkov. They pulled one back, and then Fristov, though, with the goal in the 66th minute, seals the points. It's a phenomenal win. As a result, the league table looks like this, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we're all going to play our game right now. Last game of the season, and it's there for everybody to play with. All of a sudden, one of the positions for European qualification has been taken away, and I think it's because Ludogorets just won the cup, and so they take that position instead. So yeah, we would have to beat Levski by quite a few goals. Hope Barrow lose for us to qualify for Europe. But you know what? I don't really mind if that's going to be the case. That's going to be the case. I'm just happy that we could potentially finish 3rd in the league this year, and we're going to try and do it by beating Levski. By the way, if we beat Levski and Barrow win, they are the ones that go win the title. So it's there for everybody. As you can see, between Levski and Botev, only 5 points separate it at the top. Ludogorets really let themselves down this season and are miles away from the rest of us. But this is just building blocks for next year. But anyway, let's get into this last game of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Again, We got injuries and stuff going on. Fistov can't play in the game because he is obviously he can't play against his parent club because that's who we got him on loan from. So it's one of those things, but I still think it's a relatively strong lineup that we can go with in the game. So we're going to go with Petrov in goal, who I have renewed his loan for next season as well. I think he's been brilliant. Atanasov, Sonev on the fullback positions, Fomba, Iradi centre back, Yankov, Dimitrov centre midfield. We're going to go Petkov and Topes on the wings. We're going to go Bakir through the middle and Zhivkov up top, who is on 19 goals for the season. Let's hope he can get another one in this. And so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. One more game for the season to finish, and that'll be season 3 in the books. And it's been our best season to date. I know season 1 was really good because obviously we got promoted to the top division. We did it quite easily as well, didn't we? But you know, after last year and nearly getting relegated, to potentially be on the verge of finishing in 3rd position is pretty special. It does have to be said. So, you know, it's been a brilliant season, whatever happens in this game, in my opinion. And I just hope, though, we can put on a good show and potentially, you know, beat Levski and finish as strong as possible. But yeah, what a season. There's probably not going to be a season review this time around. I'll quickly just show you the league table and stuff at the end, and then I will crack on with the transfer window because I would like to get another episode of this out this week. I'm going to demand more because we've started very, very slowly, as we can see. Sonev isn't the greatest at left back, does have to be said, but Bagir, oh, he's picked that up. He's put Zhivkov in. Can he score? No, what a block that is by the defender. That is a phenomenal block. I thought he was going to go straight through, score the goal, not to be. Ball comes in, headed out. Dimitrov finds Yankov, going to go wide to Fomba. This might come to nothing, but we'll stick with it just in case. Yankov loses the ball. Oh, we're being pushed back. This probably is going to come to nothing. And yes, it is going to come to nothing. But such a shame for Zhivkov, who was clean through there. Petkov now. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely from Petkov. He's still got the ball. He finds Zhivkov, who somehow gets a header off, and it goes just wide. But yeah, lovely, lovely silky feet there from Petkov. Can we win this? Sonev does. Into Petkov again, who's going to come inside to Dimitrov, into Zhivkov, and ball. Oh, that was a bit of a strange happening now. That's all right. Radi, who has been a staple at the back, an absolute man-mountain as well. Oh, we've lost the ball. It's not good from Topes. Really not good. But Iradi is there again. Ball goes wide to Petkov. This isn't very good football from us. We're not using the ball wisely. You know, won the ball a few times. And it's into their Petkov, who tries the cheekiest of cheeky goals, but the keeper saves it. That would have been a phenomenal goal for the opposition, does have to be said. The corner comes in, straight into the arms of the keeper. It's still 0-0. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. If that had gone in, meltdown central would have happened for sure. But yeah, it's 0-0, but it's anything but boring, is what I was going to say. How are Barrow are losing to Ludogorets. They are losing to Ludogorets. Not good for them because they're in it. They're in there still. You know, it's only a couple of points between them and Levski, letting themselves down at the minute. Letting themselves down big time. But Levski are dominating this game. They've got a free kick now, and I got a feeling this is going to go in the top corner. No, it's not. Just wide. But yeah, they are dominating this game, but I'm not surprised. You know, it's not our strongest back four. The rest of the team's pretty good, but the back four is pretty hopeless. I'm going to say that we need to be doing a bit more. I don't think we've been the better team at all. Yeah, let's give the fans a good send-off. Excuse me. Apologies, everybody. Oh, I could feel that coming on for about a fortnight. Yeah, do we make a change in the game? Plovdiv are 1-1 with CSKA. See, if they win, they can still go above us, even with a draw. So, yeah, Topes isn't having a good game. Really isn't having a good game. I think we're going to have to get him off. We've only got Bonev because Hristov can't play in this game. So we'll bring Bonev on, but we'll go with Bonev as an inverted winger on support. It makes more sense. He is left-footed after all. But yeah, we'll make that change. It doesn't matter about this. No, Plovdiv are third because they're now beating CSKA. So nothing but a win will be good enough for us to finish above Plovdiv. But it is Levski we're up against. And what is up in there? We went to sleep. We went to sleep completely at the back there. Dimitriev's not having the best of games either. But we'll let this play out first. That's a lovely corner. He's hit the woodwork. He's hit the woodwork. I am going to make a change though because Dimitriev isn't having a good game. We'll bring Racim. We'll put it down in the deep lie out and we'll bring Petrov on in the cam position. As it does play out, it goes straight to the goalkeeper. I'm hoping this is going to be a nothing highlight because I was making changes. But you never know. Oh, Yankov gets absolutely sat down there. We're all over the place at the moment as he does run his man. Oh, he did all right. He did all right. He did all right. Oh, it's terrible defending. It's terrible defending in the end. I've just made changes and I'm going to remain. I'm going to keep those changes. We're going to finish fourth. This was the hardest game. This was going to be the hardest game. I'm going to go attacking for the last 10. We might as well just give it a go. Plovdiv are absolutely hammering CSKA. And yeah, we're not going to pull this goal back. It is what it is. Levski have been the best team this season. They really have, in my opinion. And they're going to go on and lift the title. And we're going to have to sit here and watch it. Do you know what? We might as well. We might as well sit here and watch Levski because Levski have done something that I wanted us to be the ones that that did it. But they've toppled Ludogorets. We've got a new winner of the Bulgarian FBET League, and I couldn't be happier for Levski. But there you go. That's Levski's championship this year. Not to be for us. And so that defeat, unfortunately, brings the season to an end. In disappointing fashion, it does have to be said, but it was always going to be tough. It really, really was. Levski have been unbelievable this season. This is how the league table finished in the end. Not the second phase. We want the championship phase. This is how it finished in the end. Fourth. You know what? I'm disappointed, but at the end of the day, third wouldn't have been good enough for Europe anyway. So it is what it is. We will just take it on the chin. But we finished 11 points ahead of last year's winners, Ludogorets. And we finished in the championship phase with a chance at perennial glory. It didn't come off. But there's always next season. I'm just hoping and praying that the board are going to give us a little bit of money and they're going to back us so that we can try and build on what we've already got at this football club. We've clearly got some good players and we've clearly got some very good youngsters that could catapult us forward next season. We are going to be here. Next year is the last year of our current deal. So we will definitely be here next year with Ludogorets, with Litex Lovech. But yeah, we will just have to wait and see basically what happens then on out. But fourth season, we'll be back with Litex. As you can see, Zhivkov finishes top goal scorer this season with 19. Massive improvement on last year and a very, very good season for him. Standout signing for me this season, if I do take you to the squad, there's two standouts for me this year. The first one is that of Petrov in goal. I thought he was phenomenal. A massive upgrade on Kamini, who was just woeful for us last season. And I think the other one has to go to Mario Iradi. What a player he proved to be. Played centre-back. We initially brought him in as a right-back, but he played centre-back and he was just fantastic. A 7.14 from 30 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. What a player. What a brilliant, brilliant player. I think a big special shout out to go to Zhivkov as well, scoring 19 goals after a pretty poor campaign last year. And then lots of other players on 7, Fristov, Petkov, Topes with 7 goals. Bonev managed 6. I know he was top goal scorer last year. He went off a little bit. Bakir Racim back in the goals this year as well with 11. Just a really, really good season. And, I'm not going to do a season review this year. I'll be back hopefully in the latter part of this week with the next instalment. And hopefully I'll be able to introduce you to some new players and we'll get season 4 underway. And so there you have it, my friends. We're done and dusted for another episode of Project Black Sea. It wasn't the end of the season, maybe most of us were hoping, but I would still take a 4th place finish. It's a phenomenal finish for us, and it just shows that we are slowly building this team to where we want to get them. It's going to be difficult this series. I said it from day one, trying to get one of the teams from a country that that sits on the edge of the Black Sea to a Champions League final is going to be tough. But we are going places, hopefully now, with Litex, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that transfer budget. There may be a little mini episode to let you see, you know, like the budgets and stuff, and a little proper wrap up maybe at some point. But you know, the end of season wrap ups are not for everybody, and I realised from the Plermo save last year that people didn't really want to see that. They just want to see us plough through the season, so that's what I'm going to do. But my friends, subscribe if you're new, like if you've enjoyed, check out that description box for loads of stuff like Discord, socials and all that good stuff. Rolo, you could probably hear barking in the background. He's excited at our finish as well. But my friends, you stay safe, stay humble, saluting you all. I'll see you all next time.